Ben Tossel. He didn't know how to code, but AI helped him build a company worth acquiring. What if I told you the next billion-dollar founder doesn't need to write a single line of code? What if the only thing standing between you and building something life-changing isn't skill, isn't money, isn't connections? It's simply whether you believe you can. Right now, you're going to see the story of a guy who shouldn't have won, but did. Imagine this. Ben Tossel in his early days working community jobs. Screenshots of early AI tools. Makerpad tutorials popping up everywhere. Zapier announcing an acquisition. Young creators building apps with zero code. A kid in his bedroom launching his first AI startup. Because we're entering a world where the underdog has the tools of a giant. And the people who learn to build with AI today will own the future tomorrow. If you stay until the end, I'm going to give you 3 pro tips Ben used. The same 3 that turned someone who couldn't code into someone who built a platform strong enough to get acquired. Pro tip 1. How to build faster than your fear. Pro tip 2. How to turn AI into a second brain. Pro tip 3. How to build a product even if you have no idea where to start. Final payoff? By the end of this video, you will know how to start a tech company today, even if you're 13, 18, 25, even if you've never opened a code editor. That's the value. That's the promise. That's the deal. Now let's get into the story. Section 1. The era of "you need to learn to code" is dead. For 20 years, people were told, you need to be technical. You need to study computer science. You need to spend years learning to code before you can build anything. And honestly, that advice used to be true. But everything changed when 2 worlds collided. AI plus no code. AI became the brain. No code became the hands. And suddenly, building software became as easy as dragging blocks, typing prompts, and linking tools together. This is where Ben Tossel enters the story. He is not Mark Zuckerberg. He is not Elon Musk. He's not sitting in a Stanford dorm room building software from the ground up. He was just a guy. A curious guy. A guy who felt something shifting in the world. He was watching AI tools evolve. He was watching no-code tools explode. He was watching everyday creators making apps on their lunch breaks. And he thought, why not create a place that teaches people to build without code? He didn't wait. He didn't hesitate. He moved. And that decision, that single moment, changed the trajectory of his entire life. Section 2. The origin of Makerpad. Makerpad began like most great things do. Small, messy, experimental. Ben Tossel used AI-assisted documentation tools to help him organize tutorials. He used AI writing tools to draft explanations faster. He used automation platforms to help run the site without a huge team. In other words, he built a tech company, using tech that required zero coding knowledge. Makerpad became the home for anyone who wanted to create but didn't know where to start. Build a marketplace without coding. Build an AI chatbot without coding. Build a SaaS app without coding. Build an automation agency without coding. People joined by the thousands, because Ben wasn't selling technology. He was selling the possibility of technology. He showed people that the door wasn't locked. All you had to do was push. Pro tip number 1. Build faster than your fear. Before we go deeper, here's your first pro tip. Pro tip number 1. Build faster than your fear. That's what Ben did. He didn't wait to become ready. He didn't wait for things to be perfect. He didn't wait until he became an expert. He started building before fear could talk him out of it. And in this video later on, I'm going to give you a step-by-step way to use pro tip number 1 in your own life, even if you've never built anything before. But hold on, because the next part of this story is crucial. Section 3. Makerpad becomes a movement. Makerpad wasn't just a website. It became a global movement. Students started building apps. Entrepreneurs created startups in their bedrooms. Creators built automation agencies from scratch. People were making money. People were building teams. People were becoming founders without writing code. Ben didn't just build a platform. He built a gateway. And AI kept leveling him up. He used GPT-based tools to draft tutorials, turn complicated processes into simple steps, generate lesson outlines, summarize no-code workflows, automate onboardings, run support more efficiently. Ben became a one-man army. AI became the sidekick. This is where most people underestimate AI. They think AI replaces them. But the truth? AI multiplies whoever is willing to use it. Ben wasn't replaced. He was amplified. And that amplification caught the attention of someone big. Section 4. Zapier enters the chat. One day, Ben wakes up to something wild. Zapier, the automation giant, reaches out. Think about that for a second. A guy who couldn't code, built a platform teaching people how to build without code, and the biggest automation company in the world said, "We want that." In 2021, Makerpad was officially acquired. This is the moment young men need to understand. You don't need permission to build anymore. You don't need to be a programmer. You don't need the perfect background. You need curiosity. You need courage. You need momentum. And you need the willingness to partner with AI instead of resisting it. Pro tip number 2. AI as your second brain. Here's your second pro tip. Pro tip number 2. Use AI as your second brain. Ben used GPT-based tools to scale knowledge, shorten build times, create content, automate tasks, and speed up everything. But the real secret? How he used AI emotionally. He used AI when he felt stuck. He asked AI questions when he doubted himself. He used AI to think through problems. He used AI to brainstorm solutions. AI wasn't just a tool, it was a partner. And later in this video, I'm going to give you a blueprint for how you can use AI as your second brain, starting tonight. But first, the story gets better. Section 5. Why this story matters to you. If you're 13, 19, 25, 30, and you feel behind, let me hit you with this truth. You are not behind. You are early. You are living in the first era in human history where a teenager can build a startup with AI. A student can create an app without coding. A creator can automate an entire business. A young man can become a founder before he becomes an adult. This is not sci-fi. This is not hype. This is the moment we're in. And Ben Tossel is proof. He wasn't supposed to win, but he did. Not because of luck, not because of timing, but because he was willing to build with the tools in front of him. And right now, you have more powerful tools than he did. That means the next Makerpad, the next AI platform, the next startup that gets acquired, might be yours. Section 6. The real turning point. Here's the part few people talk about. Ben didn't build Makerpad because he knew it would get acquired. He built it because he was fascinated. He built it because he loved creation. He loved simplifying tech. He loved helping people unlock their creativity. That's the real energy behind all great builders. Passion mixed with curiosity creates momentum. Momentum mixed with AI creates breakthroughs. Pro tip number 3. Build the product you wish you had. Here's your third pro tip. Pro tip number 3. Build the product you wish you had. That's exactly how Makerpad was born. Ben didn't see a community that taught people to build without coding, so he built it. And later in this video, I'm going to give you a step-by-step way to find your product you wish existed. It's easier than you think, and the payoff is insane. But don't skip, because the best part is coming. Section 7. The big lesson. You don't need permission anymore. Let me talk directly to the young men in this arena. For the first time ever, you don't need to ask anyone for permission to build something. You don't need a degree, a team, a coding background, investors, gatekeepers, approval. AI is the great equalizer, and no-code tools are the great accelerator. Combine those two, and you become unstoppable. Ben Tossel didn't wait to be technical. He became tactical. And tactical beats technical every single time. Section 8. The final payoff. All right, you stayed. You watched. You listened. Now here's the massive payoff. The thing you came for. The thing that ties all 3 pro tips into one unstoppable blueprint you can use right now. Final payoff. How to build a tech company without knowing how to code. This is the full playbook. The one you wish someone handed you at 13, 18, 25. Step 1. Use pro tip number 1. Build faster than your fear. Tonight, not tomorrow, you open one no-code tool. Bubble, Webflow, Glide, Make, Zapier, Notion, TLDV, Replit AI Agent Builder, anything. Then you build one tiny thing. Not a company, not a product, a thing. A calculator, a small landing page, a simple AI-powered form, a personal dashboard. Speed beats fear, action beats anxiety, movement beats doubt. This is how you break the mental wall. Step 2. Use pro tip number 2. Turn AI into your second brain. You open ChatGPT, Claude, or any AI tool and ask, "What should I build? How do I build a simple version of this idea? Break this into steps for me. Explain this like I'm 12. Help me design this product. Write the copy, automate the workflow, fix the logic." AI will not laugh at you. It will not judge you. It will help you. It becomes the mentor you wish you had. And when you pair AI with no-code tools, you become 5x, 10x, 20x more effective. This is exactly what Ben did. And it worked. Step 3. Use pro tip number 3. Build the product you wish you had. Ask yourself, what tool or resource do I wish existed? Then build that. Because if you wish it existed, someone else does too. Makerpad existed because Ben wished it existed. That's why it worked. People weren't responding to the product, they were responding to the problem. Solve a problem you care about, and the world will care too. Section 9. Closing. Now look at your life. Look at the tools you have access to. Look at the world shifting right in front of your eyes. Look at Ben Tossel, a man who couldn't code, who built something worth acquiring, with AI and no code as his teammates. If he can do it, why not you? And if you truly understand how powerful this moment in history is, why would you wait another day? You are living in the greatest era of opportunity that has ever existed. The tech giants of the future? They're going to be built by kids in bedrooms, students in coffee shops, young men with fire in their chest and Wi-Fi in their hands. You are one skill away from changing your life, one decision away from changing your path, one project away from becoming someone you never thought possible. Final words. So I'll end with this. You don't need to know how to code. You just need to know how to begin. Ben Tossel proved that. Makerpad proved that. AI proves it every single day. The next success story? The next acquisition? The next movement? It's waiting for you. And right now, you take the first step. Like, subscribe, click on our other videos to learn more about how AI can reshape your future.